Welcome back to Wager Wars, where Rob and I give you our best 3 NFL bets each week.
And yeah, last week we did pretty bad, but let's hop into George's picks for week 14.
My first bet this week is going to be Jake Browning to have over 225 passing yards. I'm finding this at plus 106 on FanDuel. A $100 bet on this will return me $206. This past Monday night, I think we were all shocked that Jake Browning performed the way that he did for the Bengals and helping them defeat the Jaguars in an overtime masterpiece. Jake Browning had 354 passing yards in that game, and based on the looks of what the Colts are going to make the Bengals do this week, the Colts are going to get out early. Jake Browning's going to have to pass the ball a lot. It's going to be very similar to like a Sam Howell situation. People are wondering how Sam Howell of the Commanders is almost leading the league in passing yards. Well, it's because they're always losing and they're always throwing the ball. I think the same thing happens here. So Jake Browning to throw literally, he could throw 100 yards less than he did this past Monday and still hit this bet at plus money. Plus 106. I love it. Jake Browning will throw an interception. Feel free to also put that one in too, but that's George's 1A bet, is that Jake Browning will throw an interception. My second bet this week for Wager Wars is going to be the Dallas Cowboys team total over 27.5. I'm finding that coming in at minus 108 on FanDuel. Betting $100 on this will return you $192. This season, the Cowboys have proven themselves as that regular season champion that we know and love. They have gone over 27.5 11 out of 12 times this season. I don't see any exception this week for the Eagles. The Eagles got exposed last week. Their secondary is weak. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are going to go off. This is a game I'm not worried about at all with the Cowboys hitting the over. Do I think the Cowboys possibly lose this game? Yes, I think that is a possibility. However, I think that the Cowboys will throw the ball deep early. They won't waste too much time on the run game. Very similar, like the 49ers should have really beat the Eagles by more points. They should have put up 50 points, but they didn't start throwing the ball until the second quarter. That's not going to happen with the Cowboys. They're going to light it up. Cowboys over 27.5 points. My third and final bet this week for Wager Wars is going to be the Chiefs money line as they take on the Bills in a classic Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes matchup. The Chiefs money line is coming in at minus 120 right now. Placing a $100 bet on this will return you $180. Let me fucking dive into this. Oh, Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen's daddy, and every which way and shape you can put it. Although Josh Allen is currently leading the regular season head-to-head matchup 2-1 versus Patrick Mahomes. In the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is 2-0 versus Josh Allen, which leads me to believe there's not too many things that Patrick Mahomes has like on his checklist of like, I need to get this done. But defeating Josh Allen in a regular season game while the Chiefs are reeling off of a loss, this is just a classic. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for 350 yards. Travis Kelce scores multiple touchdowns. This game isn't even close. Josh Allen throws 3 interceptions because he's a wild stallion. I'm not worried about this at all. The line is fluctuated. It started off this week. I saw it at -3. The Chiefs were 3-point favorites. I checked today. The Chiefs are 1.5-point favorites, which means they are giving a lot of respect to this Buffalo Bills team like they should. However, who's your fucking daddy will be the headline from here till next week because Patrick Mahomes is going to do what daddies do, and they're going to spank that ass. With all my bets this week, I'm able to return $578.
All right, I know what you guys are going to say to me. Rob, you're sick. Why do you keep betting Pittsburgh Steelers to do anything in the first quarter? But it keeps having EV on it, and I just like the odds on this one, and it's the New England Patriots. So we're going Pittsburgh Steelers first quarter spread. That's a 0.5 point. So it's the same as taking the money line 3-way. All Pittsburgh has to do is win the first quarter. Now there's no push here. But at plus 132 at Botano, a $100 bet here will pay me out 232. And the sports betting gods gotta give me this one eventually. It's like betting the Leafs and reg, except this actually has EV on it, so you're expecting for it to hit over the long term and be profitable for you. For me, Pittsburgh Steelers first quarter anything hasn't been, but this weekend, I think it will be. Or I guess this Thursday. This is Thursday. I'm really having to justify this one a lot with you guys. After that, we're going to go to one of my favorite teams, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. Now, they're playing the Seattle Seahawks, and their defense is getting pumped. And I don't know if you guys saw my video about this, but some of their defenders are acting a little stupid. So I'm expecting them to play stupid as well. We're going to take the over 48.5 for this game. That comes in at plus 125. I was able to get this line at ProLine, so a $100 bet here pays 225. Now, I like Seattle to make the playoffs, but unfortunately in this game, I think San Francisco is really going to beat up on them. And I think the over 48.5 is really achievable. And my final pick for Wager Wars is going to be the Baltimore Ravens team total over 26.5 against the LA Rams. This comes in at plus 135, and I like Baltimore this year. I think they're actually a solid team. Now, against a team like the Rams, man, I think they're going to get the ball quite a bit. Now, the Rams do have some good pieces on defense. However, just looking at the stats for this game, you can expect Baltimore to win. And if they're going to get a win here, I think the over 26.5 is really achievable. A $100 bet here is going to pay $235. I can bring back 692 this week, and that's really important so I can get the lead back on George. He went conservative. I went slightly risky with EV, so I think I'm in a pretty good spot. But guys, make sure to subscribe for more episodes of Wager Wars.